Okay. You ready to begin?
Wait. Just check to make sure you have the same order.
Oh.
Scroll down. Yeah, we do. All right.
Video game tier list. This is all time. I mean, this covers like elementary school to now.
Just scroll through all those fucking games.
Just
That
look at
is so many.
that's a childhood, peak childhood. I mean, look at that.
Dude, I can't believe that we've played so many
I
games.
know. We were blessed too.
I know.
Tier list: SS top,
So many
turquoise blue,
games.
C blue, S A plus A B C D trash, and haven't played. A lot of tiers, a lot of games. Aiden, start us off. Backyard baseball.
Garrett Ball, give
Uh,
it a B tier. It's nothing too special. It was just uh, a regular backyard or baseball game back in the day, except it was for children, so it wasn't as good.
D for me. Also, are we collabing this or are we doing this separate?
I guess we could collab.
So I vote D, you vote B.
Just throw it in C.
Okay. Super Monkey Ball. I'm voting A plus.
I'm also voting A plus.
I think it's like it's
Actually, is it S though? Could it be S?
no because
No,
here's the
it's
thing.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
here's the thing. A plus is a specific category for it because one, growing up on it, it was such a weird game like concept. You didn't really understand it, but you always played it growing up. But you were always dog shit. You still enjoyed it, and then you go to college and you see the speed runs. You're like, oh my god, I didn't realize there was this part of the game that existed. And then you try and replicate it, and for like a week you have a lot of fun, and then you just realize you're not as good.
Exactly. And it's just like too simple to be anything higher than A plus. It was just fun because it was hard.
Yeah, Minecraft.
I gotta be SS too.
Yeah, agreed. I spent 48 hours in a row. Summer of junior year of high school when Alex and Hunter were playing COD, Black Ops 3, summer day.
It's it's that game that you go back to, grind for like a fucking week, and then drop it for a year.
Yeah, there was some emails like, all right, this is the week that I return to Minecraft every year to get lost and then not do it again. And that is how it is. Minecraft, like, when you're creative, you're creative. Great game. All right, Injustice 2.
I'm gonna throw it in A tier.
I'm throwing in an S. SS. So where are we looking? A plus to average out, or
Yeah, I feel like Injustice 2 is better. No cap.
this is Injustice 2?
I thought this was Injustice 1.
No, Injustice 1 has Joker on the
Oh,
cover.
Injustice 2? Throw that shit in S.
This guy. I have it. I have
Well,
Injustice 2 a few
I
times.
would put Injustice 2 at A plus. You would put it SS. So
Yeah,
throw
so
it.
it goes. I mean, this was basically my baby fighting game. No, that's not true. Injustice 1 was. But this was like my most played fighting game up until a game that we'll talk about. And I just love the cast of characters. Deadshot's one of my favorites. Aquaman, Black Manta. The story wasn't as good as the first, but I think the gameplay is a lot better.
And
And
you're really not playing this game for the story. You're playing it
yeah,
for the online.
and the online back in the Xbox senior year was so fun. You just hopped on middle of the night and just pounded kids, especially like the competitive. I don't really play competitive mode. Like people are really sweats and really good, but the casual when you've got loaded out armor and you're just abusing kids with 5,000 strength, even if they hit more combos, you just have to do a few and you beat them. It's pretty funny. But I don't really do that. I just complain about people do. All right.
CSGO SS tier. I'm literally not accepting anything less.
See,
I mean, some of these we gotta go.
I
We
would put
gotta
it
go.
trash. I would put it trash. You'd put it SS.
Some of these like games that you played religiously and I didn't really play. I would probably just give it to you all the way. And on this one, gotta be an SS. It's literally most competitive, best first person shooter
All
out
right,
there, in my
fine. This
opinion.
is Aiden's position for CS:GO, but if you were to know mine, it is dog shit and
Is you got on for 20 minutes and got absolutely fucking
no,
clapped like a
just,
little bitch you are.
just dog shit. CTR Nitro Fueled, Crash Team
A,
Racing. I would probably put it in A plus, specifically for me. I think
sure,
it's on
throw it
that
in A
same level.
plus.
I think it's better than Super Monkey Ball because even though I didn't play it as much, I think it has more potential. It's just a more jacked up Mario Kart, and I actually prefer it over Mario. I think Mario Kart has better maps and like kind of just cast of characters and customization and all that. But CTR is the better racing. Like the triple drift system is fucking
Yeah.
orgasmic, and like when you can get just some real good times and drifting into like
There's
half
just
the
a higher skill gap.
exactly. So A+.
I never played this game, so
I did play. I thought it was decent, but it's a GameCube game. Oh fuck! Didn't we have a GameCube tier? I don't think
no.
we can do that anymore. I would probably put it B tier. Just a good story game, but single player and very unique though. Rainbow Six, trash.
I'd throw it in A.
Rainbow
We
Six.
can, yeah, we can average out to like C tier.
Yeah, I hope. This thing is one good week of playing it, but all it is you pee on someone and they die with one little fucking sprinkle, and whoever's
You're
L
getting headshot.
whoever's L triggering the doorway always wins. And anyways,
Yeah, it is a very L trigger heavy
um,
FPS.
007 Nightfire.
I didn't play Nightfire. I only played GoldenEye and From Russia with Love.
This was like a $4 GameCube game that Rahul got from GameStop, and it was pretty fun. It was kind of like you played Halo, some of the maps, the way it was structured, and I liked the way that. I mean, I would probably put it in B or A, but I'd say B. I just can't put it like in A yet. WrestleMania, that's an A for me at least. I played this over.
I never played.
I played this at Max's house, and like we played it on this big plasma screen, and just it was insane.
Is it like Mortal Kombat? Like it's a fighting game?
No, it's like WWE, like you know, if you were to play a
Yes.
WWE game,
Yeah,
bring out a chair, break their head open,
yeah.
Undertaker and all that. Medal of Honor, European Assault.
Ooh. Going back and playing this, man, it makes me want to throw it in A plus just because the controls were so goddamn fucking bad. But I feel like it's an S tier if I just think about like back then when I used to play it with all my friends.
Yeah, this has to be S tier. I was thinking SS for the memories, but I think S just because of I guess replayability and other reasons. Like we did grow up on this game. I don't know if this was this. I don't think this is the same one, but like the D-Day mission in single player, that was like
Yeah,
a
that's
that,
this one.
that was a real man moment. That D-Day mission. The maps were iconic. There were so many good ones. The weapons, the snipers, the hips or no scoping GUR, whatever it is. Like this game was perfect. It was so toxic too. Everyone split screened or what do you call it?
Screen
picked.
peeked.
Everyone screen picked, and we always played in like the sunroom when we stayed up till 6 in the morning in elementary school. And like this used to be like the go-to game. So S tier for sure for memories.
Yeah.
But doesn't hold up.
Now this one,
SS.
SS.
One of the best
Literally,
competitive weapon or games of all time.
literally the best COD ever.
Transit was one of the most iconic zombies experiences.
It had amazing zombies.
You
It
get-
literally had the best zombies ever.
No, Black Ops 3 probably did.
No.
I think Black Ops
I
3
mean,
perfected it.
no.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Black Ops 3.
Buried, Mob of the Dead,
But if you-
Transit,
But if you think about it,
Origins.
Black Ops 3 has all of those and better graphics and just slightly like quality of life upgrades.
Yeah, but they didn't do it first, bro. Black Ops 2 zombies never missed.
It did miss sometimes. There was a few. Anyways,
Anyways, S tier all the
transit.
way.
Transit. You knew if you got left on the bus, that shit gave you nightmares the whole week.
And the fucking memories of me, Avi, Ryan, and was it you or was it someone else?
I didn't play with you bums.
Oh yeah, it was me, Avi, Ryan, and someone else doing the transit Easter egg. We were literally spent 5 hours doing that shit, and Ryan threw the EMP at the wrong time and lost us the round, and we all died. And Avi literally lost his shit, got off, and was like, "I'm done."
Yeah, it's iconic. Running through the woods to go to the old Keener de Toten and having to claw the crawlers off of you. the bank system. I mean, it was just so many insane things about transit. I wish they made kind of like a Transit 2.0. That'd be sick, like an open world
Yeah.
zombies. Yeah, can't say enough about
SS.
it. MW2 for me, I can't. I don't even. I mean, I'd put it SS just because that's what everyone else does. But I mean, I would be more like S, honestly.
This was like the first COD that I actually played a lot of, and good God, was the online the best. It was the most toxic fucking shit. It was
Yeah.
just amazing. Perfect online, I would
Yeah,
say.
it had good maps, or some of the best maps with Terminal and whatever else. It had the what's the sniper?
The
It
intervention,
had the
God, that shit
intervention.
was so
It
cool.
had so it had great weapons, great maps. It had great multiplayer, like in terms of just public matches, because you had the noob tubing, you had like search and destroy, and
There
whatever it
was
is.
so much toxic shit in this
Yeah,
game. C4 throwing, noob tubing,
there was
one
just
man army, ACR.
there was Rust. Everyone 1v1'd on Rust. I mean, it was. I didn't play like all. My experience was when I grew up on it was playing on Rawl's X like 360, and it was when the game was already past its peak. Like at that time, I think it was eighth grade or something. So the game had already been out for 2 or something years. But we would just do split screen Rust. Still, I do agree it's one of the best CODs of all time. Oh, High Rise, can't forget that too.
Yeah.
MW3, I would put.
MW3 is slept on, dude.
Huh? I know, it is. I just didn't drag it all the way up. I'm putting MW3 in A plus.
I would also put it A plus.
I think it's like one. It's slept on for sure. It's just like Ghost. It's just hated too much, because I think
It's
one.
not like Ghost. Ghost
No, it
deserves it.
definitely didn't. I think survival in MW3 has its good moments, like playing resistance survival, camping in the house and trying to survive to wave 30 is one of the best gaming experiences you can have, especially like when we pulled all-nighters with Raul and Skyline at his apartment and just like fucked around. But it does get repetitive, and like it's not as good as zombies. There's just a few things missing about it. I would
Yeah.
say the maps were pretty decent as well. You got Dome, you got some really really good maps, but
Yeah, it had some amazing maps. And the multiplayer was just like a
yeah,
little bit worse than Modern Warfare 2, but it was still good.
yeah, it was great. Like public match experience. You could use nukes. You could drop nukes or whatever
Yeah.
you call
The
them,
Moab.
Moabs. You could drop. Um, you could just do several setups as well to get like kill streaks, go on insane streaks, and yeah. So, anyways, MW3, Ghost. I'm putting that in S for me.
Putting that in trash.
So we average that to A plus.
Uh, nah, a little further down.
I can't go lower than A.
Then put it in A. But goddamn, is this fucking
Look,
hot
I don't want
shit?
to. This is supposed to be a quick tier list, and I don't want to do too much on it. But look, all I gotta say is competitive wise, S&D was one of it. If not at its peak, it was like second. It was top three CODs for peak S&D. The Blitz mode was such a unique invention, and I think they should have brought it back. It's actually a sick fucking entertaining game mode. There was also nukes in this game. The pubs were just like MW2 and MW3. It was crazy pubs. You could streak all the time, and like I remember watching so many pub stompers. And then again, competitive, you can't beat all the maps, Octane, Sovereign. You can't beat the cross snipes, the strategies, the lines of sight. It was and the
Yeah,
memories.
it's all trash.
The memories, ninth grade, would fucking pretend to go to sleep on a weeknight and then wake up at 10 o'clock, pop a Red Bull, stay up till 3, go to class, sleep in English. I mean, just can't beat it with Zach. AW, S for me, A+. plus.
Trash tier.
So we're going back to A.
Ow, dude. These
Because I
fucking
put it in
two
I put
CODs.
it in S.
These two CODs are so bad.
Most underrated COD right here, Ghost. Most underrated COD, Ghost, and some of my favorite memories of any COD, especially with playing with Zach and Slurp and like Jinx. Like that was kind of one of our
You
peaks.
like CODs with higher time to kill? Yeah, Ghost was literally the
It
quickest time
was,
to kill
it was,
out of
but
any fucking
okay,
COD.
it was, but we didn't play as much variant as we did S&D. And S&D like Yeah, time to kill matters and all, but there was a lot of other things about it, the S&D, that made it so much fun. Anyways, AW, most skilled gap COD for sure with the movement and everything else. The bow was a great weapon to use all across the board.
The only weapon to use, you
Um,
mean to say?
Definitely some great maps in the competitive mode, but there weren't a lot of actual
I don't
memorable
remember a
ones.
single goddamn map from this game.
Biolab, Detroit,
Nope, not ringing a bell.
Solar.
Not ringing a bell.
Anyways, all the maps really good. I think the ASM one too. So I thought it was a great game. I wasn't as good as I wanted to be, but Riot's another map. This was also when like the COD League or whatever not was started, but just when things were hyped for it, kind of on the tail end of Black Ops 2. Sorry, never mind, not Black Ops 2. All right, Black Ops 4.
Throwing that in B tier.
A plus for me. Actually, it's S for me, so I'm putting it A plus. Wait, you said B tier?
Like how you averaged up, but okay.
Well, I played it more, so I feel like my
I guess,
vote.
yeah.
Oh wait, A plus. Yeah, I can't have it lower than MW3. Like, I shouldn't even have it.
I can.
Here's the
I
thing.
can.
Here's the thing. I have it lower than MW2, which shouldn't be the case. I have like 10 times more probably 100 times more hours on this game than I do MW2, and I definitely enjoyed it more from gameplay and everything. But anyways, Black Ops 4. To me, it was it was my most played COD competitively. It was sophomore year or junior year of college. Played with Alex Nobby, and we grinded the shit out of it. It was our best COD too. Like, we won a lot more tournaments and we're placing like very heavily in the ladders, and just everything about it was pretty much perfect. It was a good blend of like advanced movement but not over the top. Good gameplay. Some of the longest time to kill. Great sliding mechanic. Great punching mechanic. The gunplay was just so fucking satisfying. You could really outplay people with the movements, with like all the strategies with the specialists. It was a great game.
Meh.
Infinite Warfare.
Trash tier.
I want to put it B.
So C tier.
Well, I was gonna put it S, so that's why I said.
That's just, oh my god.
Here's my It's not realistically S. I'll just say this: Zombies in Spaceland, one of my favorite zombies maps. Just it's the flow of it and just the vibe. Like, it's a nighttime but kind of neon-ish vibe. It's like the Black Ops 3 map, Shadows of Evil, where it's not only just great design on terms of like training spots and everything, but it just is a vibe to just live in and survive.
That's the only decent part about this game, and it still doesn't match up to any of the good.
I think as a jetpack game, it was still pretty decent. Just didn't do anything crazy. It didn't.
I played multiplayer for 30 minutes, got bored, and was like, "This game is trash."
I mean,
and
I liked.
everybody else did.
Like, I think the big issue for me is it was like a jetpack game. It was pretty much similar to Black Ops 3, except it had shorter time to kill. And that was the only real big issue I had with it. I think the maps were pretty solid. I think Uplink was a fun, exciting game to watch on this COD. S&D was definitely lackluster, and they didn't have too good of competitive maps. But I definitely liked the zombies and didn't play single player, but I heard it was good. Cold War, I'd be fine with throwing this in like A or B. We can do B. I think it was just a drop down from Black Ops 4. The movement was nerfed. It still was pretty fun and definitely a skill gap, but competitive maps were not all there. I think, honestly, no, that's Modern Warfare I'm thinking of, where the campaign. So yeah, I'd put B. No more.
Yeah.
Cars, S. No. That's too high. A plus.
I'd throw it in A, but whatever.
All right. Yeah. As a kid, S tier, SS, but nowadays.
Like, yeah. We went back and played it too, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. Just doesn't have enough offering.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough skill gap to it.
FIFA Street 2.
Never played it.
I'd put it A. Great soundtrack, great sports game, like one of the NFL or NBA Streets. Just very good, nutmegging, good songs. Batman Arkham City.
I feel like this was the best one out of all the Batman games.
I mean, I think if I finished it, it would be A tier. or A plus. If I had
Yeah,
finished the final boss fight, I think it was against Deathstroke. No, that's Arkham Knight.
yeah.
Um, the
I don't
issue
know.
it just suffers from God of War, where like the cool thing is that you're in the city and you can kind of do whatever you want, whereas in God of War you're kind of linear. But the annoying thing is it's just like that, where you have to find these puzzles and solve all this shit and the crime before you can really get to the boss fights and the gameplay that you want to get to.
Yeah, and the gameplay when you're just fighting the grunts is super repetitive, and you can just button mash and still do well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
So I would say at its
odd.
peak, like I'd probably put it A or A plus if I had just finished the game and beaten the boss, but probably that's it.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
Fighter Z.
I don't. Is this Fighter Z? We'll
Maybe
just.
not.
I don't think it is. I think this is the old one. I'll put it in B for the memory of Saul almost choking Miguel. And Rahul's.
I didn't play it. It's the old one, so
Forza Horizon 2.
this was a good game. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just like a racing game. I feel like most racing games are kind of just the same.
I put it A plus, like right above Crash Team Racing, because that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
fine with that.
I definitely played it more than Crash Team Racing, and they're two different styles, so it's not like one you can compare them. But like Forza, great soundtrack. The open world
Yeah.
concept was very cool for this game. Like it wasn't just a
Wait, that
track.
was this one?
Yeah,
Oh, then yeah, I definitely would put it A plus.
it was Forza Horizon. Open world concept way better than the track style. There was so many different like sub cities and like little Easter eggs and challenges you could do. There was the airport drag racing that like Zach and Alex and I fucked around on and like messed each other up. You could find random jump spots all across the game. It was just a lot of fun.
Am I thinking of Forza 4? I think I am.
I don't know.
GTA 5? We know where this is going.
SS.
SS tier, baby. God, this was just the fucking classic in high school.
Breaking into
It,
Fort Zancudo.
yeah, so fucking sick. Everything about it, there was just so much shit to do, and they always had updates for it. Me and Abby always used to find the newest money glitch and glitch it out and get all the nicest cars. Fucking sick. All the missions, and they added the heist too, which were fun and frustrating because one of all it was always one of the your teammates were trash and would blow the mission.
Yeah, that was like us. That summer, that junior summer, senior summer. I think it was junior summer where we all wanted to get a job at Johnny Rockets or Steak and Shake, and we like had been playing that final heist the entire night, and we couldn't win because Alex and Raul kept dying when we like tried to leave the bank, and Abby had also been stingy on the pay cut, so just emotions were high, and we had like a screaming match after. We still couldn't beat it, and like we started screaming at each other after we got back from
Rahul
Steak and Shake.
doesn't even remember that.
Yeah. Anyways, good memories. I agree. SS is just so entertaining. Such an iconic game, and yeah, Guitar Hero. I'm gonna put B.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I mean, that's it.
Not much to
Yeah,
say.
it's not really a game. Halo
Halo,
Combat Evolved. Ooh, this is S.
yeah,
It's just
bro.
like this is one of the few games that like came
You
out a
go
long time.
back and
Yeah,
play.
it's like it's the few games that came out a long time ago that you either played or didn't play, but you go back and play, and it honestly feels better than if you had played earlier.
Yeah,
Like
it,
I'd never played it, but going back, it's like I wish I did. It's just the Magnum pistol, the maps. I mean,
yeah, that those the pistol game mode is so fucking fun. It is so addicting too. God,
yes,
why don't we hop on
SWAT.
Master Chief Collection? Yeah,
You play SWAT with the pistol. You play pretty much every single map is entertaining too. Like there's only one or two where I genuinely don't want to play on,
but
and
those one or two are god awful.
yeah, but you just it's a great game to chill out to, just vibe and like enjoy yourself. And the graphics are so simple that it's easy on the eyes. It's just such a great game.
Yeah,
Truly holds up.
amazing.
Halo 2, I'd put like A plus.
Yeah, the only time I really played this one was when I went back and played it in Master Chief Collection. It was good. It definitely wasn't as good as one because the pistol wasn't as strong and it
My
wasn't as fun.
My thing with it is like I didn't play it enough, and we didn't really go back and play it besides a couple of games in Master Chief Collection. I played it at our cousins, Dave and Will, like, but now that I look back on it, I actually was playing them on the original Halo CE. So I still think like the Forge system or whatever it was, and the custom games were some of the best in this one, because like we had a church spend the night, and we were doing like crazy stuff with energy swords and just everything. But
Yeah, that sounds lit. I think a lot of people would put this as the best one, but
yeah,
I
like
don't know.
if that was your prime game and all your friends just did Forge and you made custom maps and like had 8v8 game custom games and stuff, I would see why you'd be
Yeah,
so nostalgic, but I just
that
didn't.
that sounds so fucking sick, honestly.
Yeah. Um
Halo 3.
I mean, like I honestly have pretty much played it less than Halo CE now. I played this, I think, in high school, like my junior or senior year for some reason. Like it had a resurgence. And so I played it for the first time. And I really enjoyed it. Like I think it's some of the most tight It's like it reminds me of NK11. It's just very tight gameplay, but there's skill gap to it that makes you
Yeah.
want to keep playing. And obviously it's got great balance, great BR, great maps, great campaign.
Yeah, I played this. I played the multiplayer for a little bit, but then I played Halo 3 ODST, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I think it's all around solid.
So
Halo
it
Reach.
Halo Reach.
I think it's going to the same place as the rest of these. God damn.
Yeah, A plus. It's just like very
Halo
different.
Reach is my most played. Actually, it might be CE now. I don't know.
It's also one of my most played as well because like in high school that's really a lot of what we played. At the Spend Night Church we played this. The jetpacks and like kind of the special abilities were cool at Edition, and there was some good maps.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Infected mode, that was in this one too. They
yeah.
introduced it in this one. That was
Ha-
sick.
Halo 4, I think most people would say it's like B or C, but I would put it in A plus again. I mean, I'm fine with A or
I really haven't played this enough.
I'd put it. I mean,
A, I guess.
it's like I would enjoy Halo 4 more than 2, but I'll put it A just because for me, like Halo 4 has special memory because we played 2v2 split screen with Barrett and Rahul, and it was like me and Barrett versus Rahul and Alex, and like we played on that one map. What's the map? It's like a metropolitan
Haven.
Haven. We played on Haven, which is like just one of the best maps of any FPS game. Like I could play that map if any FPS title all the time. It's so good. And yeah, we had a great time going in and out with that game. Infinite
Halo Infinite D tier.
C for me. I think the gameplay is still pretty good.
Yeah, but it had like four maps and
But
it just didn't have anything. No
but like
game modes.
I would play this over Rainbow Six and Backyard Baseball. Like yeah, as a franchise, it definitely let down after all the hype that it was going into and the time they had. But like when you look at it as a game and how you enjoyed it, I definitely
Yeah,
give
I
it win
guess.
this.
Yeah.
Because I think the gameplay was still pretty good. It's just it lacked content and it felt like you've already played this before, so that's why I got tired of it. Arkham,
Arkham Origins, I'd put it in B tier, honestly.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Not much to say. It was just the worst one out of the the triple. I don't even know what you call it.
Injustice,
Hey, Bobby.
Injustice One.
Bobby's here.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not playing. I just was on my phone and I hopped on Discord and I saw y'all were still playing.
Yeah,
We're
doing
not
a
playing. We're doing a tier list.
video game tier list. Injustice One,
Mm.
Xbox. It would probably be S for me. What for
How
you?
y'all are doing a video game tier list?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
I see that CS is an SS. I guess
I
Davis has
had the
nothing to do.
most say in that one. Let's just
Yeah,
say
I
that.
figured.
I haven't played Injustice One enough.
Dude, look at how
I'm
many
gonna-
games we have, and how many we've
there's
done.
a fuck ton of
Did you put
repeats.
American Trucker Pro in there again?
Not yet.
Eight,
We'll get to that
18
masterpiece.
wheeler.
We'll get to that masterpiece.
There's a lot of repeats in here though, so I think
Oh, you've just done the Call of Duties. Where's Smite? Where's
So
Smite? I'm not seeing
it's
Smite
coming
there.
up.
not there yet. So I'd say Injustice. The app is like SS, but I'll put it in
Oh, the
S.
app.
Dude, the app was
Yeah.
lit.
The app was the best, dude. That was the shit in high school.
Yeah, high school, middle school, grinding for all the events. And then I'd say the game is probably A plus, just because I didn't get to play online really. I was super late to it, so I just played the story. But the story is better than the second game, and I
Wait,
enjoyed that one night I played it.
oh, the 360 one is the game, and the other
All right,
one's the app.
I was just swooping in for a minute, so I'm gonna
Hey,
head back.
but like tomorrow, keyboard
I'll figure it.
MK11.
Yeah, I'd
Avi,
try it.
stop! You can't get better than me. Just stick to the controller. Limit yourself.
He's scared of you, Abby. He's scared of you.
Limit yourself.
You already took a round off of him. He's shivering.
We'll see, because I'm not sure how this like fighting games will feel on a keyboard. It seems like
Exactly.
it's real weird.
It feels a little weird at first, but like once you get used to it, it's actually so much better. Trust
Maybe
me.
definitely try, because anything is better than that fucking Xbox D-pad. It is that is horrible, bro.
Yeah.
It's so fortunate that I don't have to use it for like Call of Duty or any of the games I did play on Xbox, because if I did, I would have not wanted to play video games.
From Russia with Love for me.
All right, well, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right,
See ya. Is B tier.
Yeah.
I had similar fun with it. The missile
Yeah,
set.
I'd throw it A tier probably, but we can keep it in B.
GoldenEye, B tier. I didn't really play this as much growing up, but we did play it like a week or two at friends' houses, and then we obviously played it recently, and I thought that was fun when we played it.
I thought GoldenEye was S tier.
All right, then I can move it up to A.
Alrighty. GoldenEye was the best first-person shooter at the time, and they had the gun game,
Golden
game
Gun?
mode. Yeah, the Golden
Yeah,
Gun.
I mean, I just didn't really play it, so I don't have that much connection to it. Like I
That
played.
shit got so intense.
What is this? Legends? Oh, League of Legends.
League of Legends, trash tier. I'm not accepting anything else.
All right, I don't have enough of a passion for it.
Is literally you sit there and hit
But
minions for
Arcane,
15 minutes.
Arcane is SS tier. Let's get that straight.
Whatever. You sit there and hit minions for 15 minutes, and then you actually fight people for the rest of the time, but it's still boring as shit.
Lego Star Wars S tier.
I'm fine with that.
The original trilogy. I mean, what else can I really say? Just the late nights that we played on the Cars TV on the floor in our bunk bedroom, the OG room, late at night on school night.
Yeah.
The pod racing that was impossible, no matter whether you were in elementary school, high school, or college. Playing it again with you and watching you fail the final lava stage for 2 hours straight. The game.
We literally played that for 2 hours straight, and we were, by the end of that, we were like, bro, we played this for so fucking long, and we still haven't.
Yeah, it was more difficult than thought. Madden 07, I'm going to throw C tier.
I'm fine with that.
I don't care about Madden. Mario Kart Golf. Or Mario Kart.
Mario Golf.
Toadstool Tour.
A plus.
A plus. Yeah, I think that's a good ranking. It's that it's the ultra late night game. 4 a.m. Everybody's pissed out, drunk. You just want to like fall asleep.
Relax.
Yeah, fall asleep and relax. But obviously, no one's gonna miss an opportunity to make fun of you if you miss the half-inch putt, or if you completely misjudge the wind.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Double Dash S.
That is so tough. I feel like S.
Yeah, I just can't think of putting it higher.
Yeah.
Like I think it doesn't. Most of the maps didn't miss. Most of the maps were some of all-time.
What are
classics.
you talking about? All of the maps were absolute bangers.
Well, that's basically what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Is that most of the maps didn't miss.
It's just an exceptional game, but it's kind of just like a Mario Kart game. It's not something that you're gonna put hundreds of hours into.
Yeah, if I was back in elementary school, this would be probably SS in terms of how I feel about it, but nowadays it has slightly fallen. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'd put it like A plus or A.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably A plus.
They brought back all the good maps.
I mean,
from
realistically,
Double Dash.
like in terms of my experience with it, like it's not even A. It's literally not even A, because I'm putting it above Ghost, and if you want to tell me I have more hours on this than Ghost, you're joking. Same thing with, I mean, I would even.
I mean, it's not just about hours, but
It's not just about
Ghost is
hours,
ass.
but it's like experience too. Like this isn't really objective. This is subjective, and it's like my experience with this has been 3 or 4 hours. You know, 1 or 2 playing with friends, and then the rest just kind of doing random stuff or online.
Yeah, I
And
guess you're right.
like some of the maps are fun to drive on, but like that's really all it is. The racing isn't that crazy, or
Doesn't really have a skill gap.
yeah, there's no real skill gap. It's just a party game that I haven't really used.
Balloons Tower Defense. I mean, it's the game you have when you have nothing else to do,
Yeah,
but
a
it's still
C,
fun.
C or D. It's like Halo Infinite, it just burns time. What do you think?
I would put it like B. Just because it's the best like online flash game, pretty much.
Okay, B it is. RuneScape better be on here. If it's not, it's SS. Just know that. Mario
It
Party
is.
7. For me, this is S. Really, it's just any Mario Parties, but obviously some mini games are better than others and maps. But Mario Party in general, and Mario Party 7, which is what I grew up on, is S for me.
I'd throw it in A.
A plus it is. Yeah, I mean,
Not
again,
much to say.
if I were to have a party, like if I were to have 6 people come over or 7 people come over, and we're drinking or we're just hanging out, we want to like do a game activity.
It would definitely slap.
It would
definitely
I
slap.
would do it over Mario Golf. I would do it over Mario Tennis.
But it's very niche. Like, you're not going to find a lot of opportunities to play it, but when you do find that opportunity, it is fun.
Yeah. Well, it's just whenever you're playing with your friends. Like if you guys just want to
Yeah,
relax
but
and
the amount of times we have 6 people over is very small.
I mean, you don't have to have 6. You could have 4. I think 4 is a good amount. But yeah, I do see what
Yeah.
you're saying. It does have conditions. You can't really play by yourself. It's not that fun. Mario Power Tennis, I'd put in A. I think like we had that one legendary matchup, and
Yeah.
I remember buying this game for $35 in Virginia Beach at a grandparents' house, and playing all night. But there's not a lot of skill gap. You press A.
Yeah.
Mario Strikers Wii version, it's A. Like it's probably higher than that, but I just need to address this. This is SS at the top.
You know my opinion.
Yeah. So this one, supercharged or whatever, it's like the Wii version. I think it was still good, but just not as, there was something about it was missing. Didn't have that gritty nitty that this has. This is just SS. It's the number 1 GameCube game when you have a group coming over. Nothing raises the emotions, brings out the emotions more than this. And some of the most legendary moments were made on this game and are still being made on this game. And it's just a timeless classic. The skill gap is unlike anything, and it will always be there. Like, no matter how many years go on, you can come back to this game and still have a competitive scene.
Mario Baseball, A+. Same tier as Mario Golf. It's just a very solid Mario
Yeah.
sports game.
I've liked Mario Baseball growing up a lot. Playing with Max, we liked it. I think the metas really make it, like, if the meta where I was stealing bases was still a thing, SS. But the meta where Ryan just runs you down, D tier. And pitching, obviously, is the big issue.
The meta where Ryan picks fucking the mole and
Yeah.
runs bases at light speed.
Yep. Monster Jam, B tier. I probably had an SS growing up, but B tier now.
Yeah.
MVP, C or D. C, probably. It's on the same level as this for me.
Yeah. NBA Street.
Is that Street? Yeah, it is. I'd put it A or A+. I really
I
like.
didn't play it.
I'll put it A. Same thing as FIFA Street. I was just a big fan of basketball and this fit all the bills. Just street moves like you're the professor or you did the late night games with friends and the soundtracks. Just good stuff. Hot Pursuit 2. This is S
A
or SS for
plus.
me.
SS, really?
S or SS.
Throw it an S. I'd throw it an A plus.
Because for this was like all this game. When I see this game, I think of going to Raul's house on the weekends or even on weeknights, and going to his room in the corner and just listening to 103.7 The Q and playing this literally all night and watching Iron Man animated movies.
I mean,
That's
that sounds fun. I didn't have that strong of a connection with it, but it was still a fun game.
all
Probably the
we
best for
yeah.
speed.
It's a great soundtrack. The graphics are awful, and the driving is so delayed and laggy and kind of rough. But once you
But
get
that's what makes it have
yeah,
skill.
you kind of get used to it and like adapt. And I think that the modes that we played where it was like hot pursuit, so you got chased by the cops and you had to use the spikes and they would put you on the ground in cuffs. Like all those were hilarious, and we always grinded to get the McLaren, and it was like a huge mission of ours. So definitely.
Never played NFL Street,
I had
so
same ranking as NBA Street. I think I liked NBA Street more, but soundtrack for NFL Street was god tier. It's just offense was impossible to stop. Borderlands
Borderlands
2
2,
SS.
SS, of course, best fucking
Second best
looter
game on this
shooter,
list so far.
best looter shooter in all
This is
time.
how I'm ranking these, by the way. Up here, I'm ranking these by how I.
You really throwing CS:GO at the top?
Well,
Or
I still have them here. It's just like my eyes feel better looking at it like this, where it's like priority of which I like more,
oh,
even though
yeah,
they're all up here. Yeah, Borderlands 2.
something you could put so many fucking hours into.
You could spend 20 minutes talking about this game and it wouldn't be enough. The speed runs, the exploitations of the game, all the glitches,
Rocket jumping.
all the ways to level up, the movement, the longevity, the end game of farming for gear and droppable boss items from bosses. Like it's just super well designed. I
Yeah.
think the only thing that holds it back is its graphics, but that kind of that's its charm.
And it sometimes gets grindy.
Yeah. NHL
Yeah.
hits. I'd put SS. I mean, basically I played this like less than 10 hours if I had to guess in elementary school, and all you did was you started the game against your brother, you took off your gloves and you beat the shit out of each other. And you didn't play hockey.
I didn't fucking touch this game, but that sounds amazing.
I really still want to get like an NHL game on like my Xbox or something so that
Just beat the shit out of each
well
other?
yeah, you know you have a nice Friday night, you say, "Hey, come over, I got a 12 pack." You get sloshed and you just fucking wail on each other in NHL and HD graphics. So better than watching live. Anyways, A tier for me. Over the Hedge, I want to say A as well. I think it's a great single player game, especially if you liked
Yeah,
the movie. Ratchet
I
and
would
Clank,
agree.
never played.
Never really played that.
Like, I watched it one time at Ryan's house for his birthday when we
It
watched the
doesn't
B
seem
movie.
fun to me.
It's very unique. It's definitely got its own style, so I can appreciate that. But like, I just don't have an opinion on it. RuneScape, hell yeah, fuck yeah, fuck
I'll
yeah.
let you take the opinion on this.
RuneScape is SS.
Uh,
Okay, it's S.
it's so boring,
It's
dude.
S. S. It's S. Here's the thing, like, I, it's just such a cool game to me. Growing up, seeing our cousins play it and teaching us the ropes, and then we played it whenever we visited them in Virginia or Maryland, and
The
then
only
we
cool thing about it is like the economy system, but
it's got an amazing economy system. The whole navigating to the Grand Exchange and the you basically grew up on this game. You learned how to deal with people, talk with people, trade with people. You learned how to find quests and complete things without wiki guides at the time. I remember we played this on our mom's computer. We had terrible ass Wi-Fi, and we had to take turns and like clicking and everything. It was just a nightmare, and we still did it because we were so addicted to just the game. We didn't care about those things. And you got the wilderness. You know, you can go fight and beat the fuck out of someone if you want. You got a problem with them. And since we got back again with Will, and like I've been leveling up fast, just looking at all the stuff that's out there, so good. Smite,
SS.
yeah. Because here's the thing, even if I were to say like right now, if I were to play it, my experience, and maybe I'd say it's trash. At one point it was SS, and you can't shake at that. And I'd probably put it right here. It's third
There's
best.
so many good moments on it.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of bad ones, but so many good moments.
No matter what you think of the game now or in the future, thinking about what it meant to you as a gaming experience, all the late nights, all the all nighter on the presidential election,
Yeah,
all
that was
night,
fun as fuck.
all nighter, like probably one of my most all nighter games, especially senior year of college, and just it has so much potential and it always will, but you kind of have to really be in the mode and grinding of it, and that's the issue I have.
Yeah,
Sonic, B or
never
C?
played.
I'd say C. I'd say B. It's just like
Alright.
a nice single player game. Spongebob.
This game was fun. I'd probably put it in. I mean, right now it's probably like a B tier.
Yeah,
It was fun growing
I'd
up.
say B. Mario Odyssey haven't played, but if I
Haven't
were,
played.
it'd be like Sunshine levels. Sunshine, A plus.
I'm fine with that.
Here's the thing, like playing it, you never really get that A plus experience because no one's ever good. But when you watch speedrunners, like I just remember that phase where I discovered the speedrunning, and I was mind blown, and I spent like weeks just living and breathing. Uh, what's that cereal? Fruity Pebbles, and just watching speedruns, and then trying to do them and realizing I couldn't. But I still think that the game is so beautiful, so pretty to look at, like instant vibe booster. A plus.
Melee SS. This was
I'm gonna say
if
A plus for me. Average
throw it
S.
in this. But like
Where the
this
hell did
game
it go?
was so fucking fun. I played it in Minnesota with on my friend's GameCube, and it was like the game that you would literally start screaming at each other, getting so fucking mad because they're doing some fucking bullshit. But oh my god, the moments on this are just amazing. Especially like we got snowed in this one time, and it was like a blizzard in Minnesota, and we just fucking grinded this shit for like 12 hours straight. It was so goddamn fun.
Where is
What
it?
a
Where did I
fantastic
put
game.
it? Oh, there it is. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember playing this in the bunk bed room on the Cars TV on the floor, and it was a lot of fun. I think my issue with it is it didn't have a big roster of characters, and I prefer, and like as a peak in terms of friends and just the community around it, I think Brawl was more for me, meant more to me.
Yeah, I feel like Brawl would be on the same level to me as well.
Pre-sequel is A plus.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, it had potential to be SS.
No end game though, and everything was a world drop. It's just five killers.
Yeah.
And it didn't have DLC except for the claptrap, which was a banger though.
But speaking of that, we probably should play it now that we have it and do the community update or whatever, and then do the Moonscaper and just fly around.
Yeah, that would be fun to fuck around for.
Yeah, be like
a day or so.
Swammy AOT kind of game where you just
Yeah.
So yeah, it's A plus. I think the movement and some of the locations are some of my favorites. I remember playing this ninth grade with Barrett the day that it came out, and just the whole space station, the whole space vibe. It's one of the best. The villain, how you got chokeholded at the end was hilarious. The Easter egg boss Irajira, one of my favorites. So, a lot to love.
Ultimate, gotta say it was a letdown. Man, A or B?
Here's the thing, objectively, it's probably the best. Like, when you look at the cast of characters, the online, the maps, it has it all. It has the most of all the games, and it probably is the most polished. But in terms of just experience, like, this just isn't our peak anymore. Our community, like, none of us do this anymore. And so I don't really play this ever. Like, even when friends come over, we don't put on Smash Ultimate. We put on Strikers or, you know, golf or something
So
else.
if you had Melee, I would be begging to play that
Yeah,
every single time.
Melee's a different story, I'd say. But there's just something about it. We didn't grow up on this. Not as nostalgic.
Yeah.
B or A?
Tales from the throw it in B.
Tales from the Borderlands, A plus.
A plus. Yeah, same time.
Like, again, as an actual game and gameplay, non-existent. But I love the Borderlands series so much, and the memories I have. Like, I first watched the entire. I don't think I watched the entire, but I watched the several first hours of the playthrough through like some dude's YouTube channel doing all the parts. It was one of the famous guys who does all of them, and then I got it and I played. I finished it all in like one weekend or one night, and just the
It
whole.
just has a great story too.
Yeah, great story. The corporate douchebag boss in a space corporation. Like you work in space on this giant corporation. One of my dreams. Like that would have been one of my dreams to do. And then you got the journey. You have choosing all the wrong answers, the inappropriate ones to see what you can get. The plot twist at the end. Scooter dying. I mean,
Yeah, some great moments. Life, I don't even know why the fuck this is
yeah.
here.
I'm just gonna put it in trash, because life is trash. Tetris trash.
Yeah. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. This was A plus.
I think it had a great soundtrack. It was very
Amazing soundtrack.
very PG-13 for the time. Finding the weird spots on the maps, and it felt kind of open world, but like finding finding the high jump spots or just the random little tiny areas you could get in, or like the glitches, always was amazing. But
This is my first skateboard game, and it was so smooth, so fun. You could do the
yeah, I feel like going back on it would be kind of fun for a couple hours too. Just to
yeah,
mess
that
around.
would.
Wii Sports, I'd say SS for the memories, but like B for the gameplay, so maybe A or A plus.
Yeah.
It
A
just
plus.
the gameplay itself isn't very in depth. It's not really.
It's kind of awful.
Yeah, it's mainly just the experience of playing with friends, and like I remember Will jumping on Zach's nuts and Wii bowling and shit like that. So great memories attached. Always played downstairs too on the couch. World of Warcraft. I want to say I haven't played.
Your fucking childhood got violent with video games. So choking some dude out and
Great
jumping
memories,
on a
man.
dude's nuts.
Great memories, as I say. World of Warcraft haven't played. Poker,
Played.
I'm gonna say trash. Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm gonna say D tier,
Trash.
even though I love it.
Pokemon Fire Red, A plus, Emerald,
What?
S.
Trash.
I'm keeping those there.
Pokemon sucks compared to Yu-Gi-Oh. Just putting that out there.
Borderlands 3,
Wait.
B tier.
So where are we putting Pokemons?
Fire Red, A plus, Emerald, S.
So we'll put this at B. We'll put Emerald at A. There we go. You know what? Fine. We'll put it S just because we want to please some fans. Put this at A. Borderlands 3, A plus.
B.
I'd say A.
A
or A plus.
A.
I mean, I'd argue A plus.
I mean, you.
Like, think about that versus Tales of the Borderlands. The experience.
I like the experience of Tales from the Borderlands is better. Like, no cap.
I don't know. That first month of Borderlands 3 was pretty great. You talk about the pin hitting. You talk about
Yes, but Tales of the Borderlands was just meant to be played through once, and it did its job excellently. And Borderlands 3 was only fun for the first month because there was a bunch of OP shit that you could use, and you got legendaries all the time in that one patch. But and like, they patched it all out. Like, the game is just not fun.
I mean,
the story is ass.
Okay, fine. But I would disagree and say, as an experience, I'd put it A+. Plus, the end game on it it's improved significantly. Like, I think the main issue with it is the story, but
the end was improved. You remember when we tried to go back and we did Mayhem 10?
I do, but we also were like under-leveled and we just don't have a good grasp of builds yet and stuff. Like, I've seen some people absolutely destroy in those levels.
I mean, I guess.
Like, we just weren't as crafted out yet. Anyways, 1080 Avalanche.
This was a super fun game, but like going back on it now, it's kind of just like a worse version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, so B or A.
Yeah, I'd say like B or A. The soundtrack's amazing. I'd put it really high up for that. And the gameplay's not bad. It's pretty immersive, but it's just like an arcade game in a way.
Yeah.
18-wheeler SS.
Fucking trash.
D tier, another special D tier like my Yu-Gi-Oh.
Man,
FIFA World Cup,
never
trash.
played.
I just hate FIFA nowadays. Bionicle, I don't remember a single frame of gameplay and what it looks like, but I remember loving it. And I actually don't think that
Let's
this
go
is.
with it.
I don't even think that they may have been video games. This looks like a movie though. I'm gonna put it at
The movie was amazing. The Bionicles movie was great.
Hot Wheels. I guess Hot Wheels like B tier, C tier. I don't know.
The earliest Hot Wheels game where you go around the tracks in the realistic home settings was fucking amazing.
Those were good.
But like right now, I'd probably put it B.
Yeah, B. Ratatouille, good single player game. If you like the movie, you'll like this, but I don't think it was as good as Over the Hedge. From a game standpoint, Skyrim didn't play.
Skyrim SS. It's literally the best.
It's just so hard putting two games in SS that I pretty much haven't.
Well, this is a combination of both of our opinions.
It is, but I don't want your opinions to be wrong.
Yeah, but Skyrim is literally the best single player game ever made.
Okay,
so,
okay, continue on.
Open
Jesus
season.
Christ, this list! I feel like we're going through them fast, but then I go down and I'm like, is it ever gonna end?
There's a bunch of repeats.
Open season, B or C, good single player game.
Yeah,
not
B.
like Ratatouille. Sims, I'm gonna put haven't played because I haven't.
I haven't played it either.
But I would put it in trash if I did.
Yeah, me too.
Modern Warfare, C tier, kind of like Infinite. I think I enjoyed it more than Infinite, and I'd probably realistically put it at like A or A plus as experience compared to these other games. But
yeah,
when I like review it to the other CODs, Fast Time to Kill, I did like the faster movement, getting used to it.
I'd throw it in A, so put it in B.
Yeah, the single player was really good. It was the only game I played the single player on.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2, S tier. It's like nearly close to Skyrim and one of the best single player games. Best story. Literally just had the best story ever.
Yeah, it makes me want to play it, but I haven't. Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man, I'd say. I mean,
this was fun just to like fuck around in, but it really didn't have much else. Like it had good movement and all that, which is like what a Spider-Man game does, but not much else.
Yeah, I agree. It's basically that. But I do like all the mods on the new one that got ported over look kind of fun. Tiger Woods PGA, C or D or trash. I mean, it's
fucking D tier.
Yeah. Dead Space didn't play, but I played like 1 or 2 hours at Rahul's. I think the concept is fucking sick. Like
we should honestly go back and play Dead Space.
Yeah,
it is actually
I wonder if they have mods for it.
Working. They do.
Wait, deadass?
Deadass, bro.
Wait, we should look up the game price and the mods. But anyways, going back to the tier list, outside of that. So I would say like concept thinking about it, right? I would have it S or SS.
Yeah, me and Abby played this. I think we played Dead Space 2, but we didn't play the first one. We played Dead Space 2, and that was so fucking fun.
I'd place it middle of A for now, but I feel like if I played it more or grew up on it or just had an amazing weekend or month doing it as a kid, I'd have it higher.
Yeah.
Gun Bros 2, one of the best iPhone apps. Spent $40 on my mom's card on it. Loved the gameplay. Would sit at the dining room table and play it all the time. Played on trips and shit. One of my favorite games.
Yep, literally the first mobile app that I ever played, and it lived up to expectations. It was
I don't even know where to put it because like it's an iPhone game, so it's hard to like evaluate it against like a COD or something. So
don't evaluate it against anything else.
Yeah.
It's like
just A plus. That's how I feel about it. A plus. Temple Run, basic game. B.
C.
Yeah, C. It's so simple, but it was good for the bus and wherever else you were on.
Yeah.
Clash Royale. I'm gonna treat this as like. Well, this was it, right? The main game.
No, this is Clash of Clans was the main game. Clash Royale was the spin-off that sucked cock and balls.
Trash, never played then. World at War. For me, zombies. Like, here's the thing. Again, this was like Modern Warfare 2. I didn't grow up on this. I played it a couple of times at Max's house on the Plasma, but and then we played the iPhone or the iPad version of like the zombies, but I never really played multiplayer. So zombies I thought were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Some of the hardest zombies too, and just scary zombies. Like you actually will
Yeah.
get a little bit of goosebumps playing on like Die Rise or something.
The multiplayer was good. I didn't play the multiplayer that much, but I played a fuck ton of the zombies. It, like you said, the hardest and the most vibiest, scariest zombies there was, and it was sick.
Yeah,
A
Black Ops.
plus. Where
A.
did you put it?
Oh, I thought you said B. Put it A plus.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll put A plus.
Black
Black Ops,
Ops.
I'd say A or A plus.
Yeah,
A.
I'd say
I,
because Black Ops had an amazing story and amazing zombies.
Here's the
I
thing.
guess A
I
plus
didn't.
because the multiplayer kind of
Yeah,
sucked.
the sniping sucked. I didn't really play. I didn't play at all the campaign, even though it was good. I didn't play it. The zombies was good, but I think it was the weakest of all the Black Ops. I think well, not the
That's
weakest.
just a hot take.
Black Ops 4 was probably the weakest if you don't count Cold War. If you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, I say it goes 2, 3, 1, and then 4. But 4 did have 9, which I thought was a great zombies map, and it was the first one I did an Easter egg on. So
Okay, I'd say 2, 3, 1, 4 as well, but 2, 3, 1 are so much higher than 4, and they're all
well,
pretty.
thing
They're all
is,
really
Black
good.
Ops it had like 2 really good maps, and then the rest I was like, eh. Like I think
Kino
Kino,
five
I think
five was the
no,
is the most difficult
yeah, but I didn't like
zombies
5.
map.
I didn't like the
Why
structure.
not?
Because I didn't like the structure of it, the training and all. It just wasn't big enough. It wasn't as ambitious. I didn't like the
It
map.
wasn't built to train. You were just that's what made it so difficult.
Yeah, that's what. But that's like the kind of game where it's like you got to have at least some kind of training spot or way to do outlast besides just running out of ammo. That's the problem with with survival on MW3. It was kind of like at some point you just run out of ammo and then you got to go out and resupply. But then there's planes and juggernauts and you can't deal with it. It's like you're losing because they're just limiting your resources instead of making you get better or get good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Um. Anyway, Batman Arkham Knight. This is the Deathstroke one, but I never played it or really played up to the fight either. So I'd
I'd
say
say A or B.
yeah, A or B. Um,
A, I guess.
Uncharted Four. Haven't
I
played.
played Uncharted 3, but this can be a stand-in. It's an A plus game. It had a good story, good multiplayer. Both were fun to play, but it wasn't like throw it an A. Nothing really stood out about it.
You played without me.
Oh, I played it a while ago. Yeah.
Black Ops 3. I'd say SS. I mean, it's SS in terms of experience for me. I had the same level. I had more of an experience with this than I did Black Ops 2.
I mean, I'd say A or A plus, but I'll let you have SS.
Fuck yeah. See, for me, it's just It was the peak of our community. Like we had 7 or 8 people on rotation on roster throughout like the summers and like grinding wagers and just GBs, and we always had scrims going on and just sending group chat clips and everything. Um, that was when my YouTube was popping off. We were doing tourneys. It was just a great time, and I think that the movement and the gunplay was all fantastic. Zombies was probably my favorite. Picks and bans, just a good game overall.
Yeah. World War II, or D.
Trash. D. Trash.
D.
D.
Throw it in D.
My
It's not.
least favorite COD.
It nothing to say about it. It just was not good.
Yeah.
Modern COD 4, I'd throw an A plus. A lot of people would put this SS, but I did not play
Yeah.
it as much as
It's like
Modern
Cowboy
Warfare
Bebop.
2.
If you grew up on it, it's the favorite thing, the best thing ever for you. But if you didn't, you don't really think it is. You think it's good, but not that good.
Yeah. Mario Kart Wii, I
B or
mean B. Actually A. It had some good maps.
yeah.
And it was always fun.
Xenoblade Chronicles never played,
Never
but
played.
wanted to play.
Jetpack Joyride is one
Temple
of
Run. It's like basically better Temple Run,
yeah,
but
B.
it's still the same. Sure, B. Flappy
Flappy
Bird.
Bird D.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so simple. It's not bad.
Actually,
It's just
yeah, D.
Fortnite. I have it in S or SS from my experiences. It's like Smite to
I
me.
barely ever played this.
It's like Smite. it went through so many highs and lows, but the peaks were just some of the best of gaming I've ever had. So I'd put it like A plus or S. I'd
I
put it
never
I'd put it
fucking played
S.
this.
I think like if Zach or Alex were to look at this tier list and they see me with Fortnite not in S or SS, they'd be like, "What are you doing?" Smash Bros. Brawl. I'd say this is my favorite of all the three, just because of.
I would put it in the same tier as Melee, S,
Okay.
but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Rise.
SS, it's got to be at
I
this
mean, when
point.
we did it like what 2 or 3 weeks after it came out, or not after it came
Before we
out.
started playing it.
It was like 2 or 3 weeks, or a week or two into when we started playing it. It was like I think the first week or
Oh
two,
yeah,
and so I was like early February, and it
and we
was
didn't have enough like info to decide because we were still figuring out like all the weapons, all the stuff that you could use, the
yeah.
intricacies of everything.
We were like we don't. There's so much to explore, which like at that point we probably only really understood about 10% of the game.
If that,
Yeah,
I mean,
and just every s- I mean we have it's one of my most grinded games I've had, and like that's including college. I put so many hours. I probably have 420 or 450 hours now in that game. I think I had 420 on the Switch and then like 30 or something on the PC.
like if we didn't have Mortal Kombat right now, we'd probably still be grinding
Yeah,
it.
I mean it basically stopped us, but we were pretty much playing that on and off over every other game for like months because
Yeah,
just so in depth. There's just so many
you can
interactions.
always go back to it too. It's
Yeah,
like
like you'll
just
go ahead.
just such a solid game, like where there's replayability, there's like in-depthness to every single weapon, where every single weapon plays differently, uniquely, and fun in most people's opinion. Like anybody could find any weapon fun.
Like every single weapon is so different and plays so differently that if you spend 100 hours on the game thinking you know how to play every single monster and use the weapon perfectly, and then you're like getting bored, just switch to one new weapon. It'll teach you a whole new aspect of playing the game. Whether, like I can't even think of examples because I've kind of been off the game for a second, but you basically it exposes new parts of gameplay mechanics that you can use, and it's just like learning a new it's like learning a new sport or language. It's another 100 hours that you can put into the game,
Yeah,
and then the content that they've dropped as well, the mods
yeah.
that we've also added in. I mean, it's just like I feel like if we had been playing this, if we had been making this a month or when we were playing it peak, we'd be talking a lot more. But we've said so much about it before, and it's
Yeah.
just one of the best games. For me, it's like top three though. Like, it's I'd put it right now in front of all these, and I'd have it like this.
Damn, top three. I don't know. I feel like I'd put Counter Strike, Black Ops 2, and Modern Warfare 2 above it. Maybe.
I wouldn't put Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2 above it. I think I have more hours and just more
I definitely have more hours than those two. But it is definitely like top five, top 10.
to me it's just kind of like the wave of it all. Like when I'm Black Ops 2, it was so significant because it was kind of that first COD that Alex and I had on our own to play. And so it was just that fresh experience, and that was like Monster Hunter Rise where I was just looking for Switch games and I wanted to test it out, didn't even have high hopes for it. And then you just got completely blown away, and you get exposed to this whole new action RPG genre, and it's like the best thing ever. It just kind of awakened things.
Yeah. So there are a bunch of repeats, but there are still new games in these.
All right, Backyard Baseball will leave here. Monkey Ball will leave here. Minecraft leave. Fortnite leave. Justice 2 leave. Nightfire leave. Counter Strike. Jesus.
Uh,
Madagascar 3 leave.
Astral Chain. Astral Chain is the first new one.
Astral Chain. I have played, but I don't have enough on it. I mean, I'd say like it's a pretty cool graphics, decent hack and slash style, but I'm not a big hack and slash guy, and that didn't change my mind.
Mando. This was a super fun app.
Yeah, it was a fun arcade game and app, but I
I
didn't
mean,
really. Well, I didn't actually really play it. I didn't like it. I'd say.
I'd throw it in like B or A. It's got more than Jetpack Joyride, but like I don't think it was as fun. Probably B.
Where are we?
Next new one is
Fruit Ninja?
Fruit Ninja.
I mean,
I
you're
mean-
swiping the screen. It's Temple Run, but
Yeah.
if that, it's like Flappy Bird even.
Grand Theft Auto Vice or San Andreas and then Vice City.
I didn't really play these, so I don't have an opinion.
I played them, but like not a lot, so I don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put haven't played because I just didn't play them.
Forza 4. This was the one that I was thinking of before. It's kind of just like a, a racing game.
Yeah,
A,
I haven't
I
played.
guess.
Didn't play
It definitely wasn't as good as the one that was open world.
Yeah, Horizon. M&M's,
Yeah.
I'd say C or B. Just
I don't know. Is that a fucking
it's
game?
like it has the same kind of racing mechanics I think as Mario Kart, but you're M&M's. So
Yeah.
C.
Lego Batman. I thought this was right
I-
up there, right below Star Wars A plus.
I never played it, but I do think I would agree because I have seen stuff on it.
Yeah, it was a super fun Lego game. Marvel superheroes.
Haven't played.
Haven't played either.
The Bigs played, but I didn't. I mean, it was C or B at the time. I liked it as a baseball fan.
I'd throw it an A, so average to B.
Okay, didn't think you'd throw it that high, but damn. NBA
I
Jam.
played it a good amount.
NBA Jam, not too big on it. Probably B or C or D. I don't really care.
Never played it.
I'd say C or D. C.
Say or
Overwatch. I think if I'd given it a chance and played more, I actually would have liked the whole cartoony Saturday morning vibes of
Yeah.
aesthetic. But I just didn't give it enough chance. I went like 100-0 and just thought it was easy. And but the maps, the colors are all super beautiful. I'd probably put it in B or C though.
Yeah, I think I'd find it fun if I played it more.
I'd say B. I think
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect my C.
Pac-Man. I mean, D tier.
Yeah, D tier. It's like Tetris.
Saints Row.
You say B or D?
D.
Yeah. Saints Row I haven't played.
It was kind of like GTA,
Yeah.
but it was like way more out there, and it was kind of a lot of fun. Me and Avi used to play Saints Row 4. That was actually really fun. I'd throw an A plus.
Wow. Wow.
Space Invaders, fucking D tier.
Yeah, that's like arcade.
Tron bike racing. This was the shit.
Yeah, this
It-
was like S or A. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's too high. A
Yeah.
plus though. Like this was the bus ride game. It was so fucking sick to play against friends on. It was so intense too, and like last minute decisions and just super addicting.
What is this game?
This
No, that one. I don't know. I'm just throwing
We
in.
s-
Haven't played.
Yeah, Wii Sports. Well, I'm just keeping it here. Wii Sports Resort.
Resorts is worse than Wii Sports.
C. Or
Yeah.
B. Black Ops 2 repeated. This repeat.
Uh,
A lot of repeats here.
yeah.
Damn.
A whole lot of repeats.
This is basically like a repeat of the entire list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely repeated the entire list. All right.
What the hell did
Well,
you do?
then we stop. We get all the way up to. I guess I added a few new ones in this new one. So, Doom.
Yeah, Dune. I honestly didn't play enough to
Yeah, I haven't
get a
played.
good feel for
I feel
it.
like if I played it fully through, I'd probably have it in A or something or A plus.
Yeah.
But it's single player and everything else. Angry Birds.
Angry Birds, B, C.
Definitely agree on that.
ATV. I don't know what the fuck this is.
This was like a game that we played on Zach's PS2. I'd say haven't played enough, but I did enjoy it. It's okay. I'm not putting this in there. Who cares? Borderlands 1.
I'd throw this in A.
I guess I just haven't played.
I mean, it's on the same level as Borderlands 3, not because like it is on the same level. I think this game was a lot more well done, but it's just older, so it doesn't have as much.
Yeah, I could definitely say it wouldn't have as much.
Oh, this is the Black Ops Zombies on the left. This shit was so. I'd throw
Yeah,
it in A plus.
Call of Duty Zombies. This was like amazing late night iPad in the sunroom palette, spread out vibes.
Yeah,
A
me
plus.
and Avi grind this shit on the fucking iPads that the school gave us.
Backyard
Uh,
football didn't really play, but
yeah, fuck that. Hyperscape, it was super fun for the time we played it, but it was so short.
yeah, it was like super OP, like hyper movement, hyper gameplay. You chase people around for like 2 minute fights, and sniping was insane. And the map, it was like one of those super innovative games that you could see had a lot of potential, but something just seemed to hold it back. And
It's just the fact that this was like the seventh battle royale
yeah, it
that
came
had
out at
come
a bad
out.
time.
Yeah, if it came out a lot earlier than the other ones, I feel like this would be like one of the best battle
Or like if it came
royales.
out now, and after a lot of these battle royales have died down, they're like, here's a completely new one that's this and
Yeah,
that.
I would throw it in like A.
Yeah, I'd say. Let's see.
Destiny, fucking.
A
Oh, the
plus.
multiplayer was really great, but everything else was kind of dog shit. But who's playing it not for the multiplayer? So I'm I'm good with A or A plus.
Yeah, A or A plus for me. I played it for about a week when it was like on 90% sale, and we played it with Abby and Ryan, and we did multiplayer mainly. The multiplayer was a ton of fun. It was kind of like a mix of just Halo and COD, and it the only issue that I had was like the look sensitivity. It was like it amped up when you turned. It's hard to explain.
Oh, it had the aim acceleration.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
That was the only annoying part. Um, let's
Dark
see.
Dark Souls 3.
Haven't played predictions.
But
We'll go ahead and get these out of the way.
yeah.
Well, I guess we won't.
Well, no. Put this in the place that you think it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a solid A plus
I
S.
think it's gonna be S, because my thoughts are if. Well, we don't touch on it yet, but I think it's gonna be S.
All right. I'm I feel like it's just gonna be a lower down version of Elden Ring, which is
Yeah, I think it's gonna have very similar, a lot of very similarities, a lot of similarities. Excuse me, to Elden Ring, but it's not gonna have. It's gonna be definitely missing a lot.
yeah. God
Uh,
of War.
Objectively, this is SS. I don't think anyone can deny that.
SS. I wouldn't put it that. I would put it.
Objectively,
I
objectively, it's
mean,
considered one of the best games of all time.
I guess. I don't know.
I'd say like the first couple of hours, like the first hour or two, SS or S. I'd say SS as an experience.
Yeah.
Fighting the neighbor or the stranger, getting used to the game as a whole, like all that new experience was just like unbelievable. But as time went on,
And Jormungandr
yeah. But as time
seeing
went
that.
on and like the same kind of theme and gameplay mechanics looped, it became sort of A plus for me.
Yeah, as time went on and my friend's vibes hit the fucking shitter. I'm good with A plus or S.
Yeah, I'd say A plus, and if we finish, maybe S.
Yeah. Metal
Uh,
Gear Rising Revengeance. I feel like this is just gonna be like a fucking adrenaline rush, power.
I mean, I feel like we're sleeping on it so much. Like we're gonna be so mad when we finally play it that we waited on it. Because
Yeah,
it's
me
it's a
too.
game that we can probably finish in 10 hours if we use a hard difficulty, probably sooner than that. And it's just gonna be like super immersive, super insane, cybernetic, crazy galactic fights with like weird ass wacky storylines and dialogue that is gonna be so memorable. And
Yeah.
for a short experience, like we're definitely gonna. I would put it A plus or S. I'd probably put it S. I feel like it's
I
gonna
would
have,
probably put it S as well.
and it makes you wonder why you're not even playing it.
Because I'd rather play this next game.
Let's put this back here. We should have saved like I don't know. I guess we'll discuss it at the end. RuneScape we touched on. Sekiro. So
I feel like this is going to be an A plus.
this is gonna be. What are you talking about? I was
S.
gonna say this was gonna be SS for me. Here's my thoughts on it. Elden Ring, which is the elephant in the room we haven't touched on. If I feel like this is gonna give me kind of Elden Ring vibes of when I first played it because it's different from Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is gonna feel like I'm playing a little bit of Elden Ring, so it's not gonna be as crazy. But Sekiro's gonna be super different in terms of story and gameplay, to where like it's gonna be so fresh, and the whole parrying system. Like I know I'm gonna struggle with it, and I'm gonna get my ass beat repeatedly forever. But once I get used to it, or even if I don't, but I clutch up in each boss fight, like it's gonna be one of my favorite games. Especially that like it's not a super long game. Like it is a long traditional game, but there's not really replayability. So once I beat it, I'm done, and that's a good feeling. So
I mean, I'm down to clown. I could throw it in SS or S.
like I don't know if it'll ever match the first time magic that Elden Ring gave me as a Dark Souls game, but it'll definitely give me something special.
I
I
feel like
can't
it's
see an
gonna
A
be an
plus.
S.
I can't see
I,
an
I
A plus.
I feel
Can't
like
see
it's
it.
gonna land at an S. I don't think it's gonna be SS. I think it's gonna be super fun. I feel like it's gonna be top of S tier. I
Yeah,
feel like that's where it's gonna land. It just doesn't reach the caliber that these other games are. I doubt it will.
yeah. Um, Strange of Paradise, Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy, Strange of Paradise Origins. Sop,
Fucking
Sop is
B
S tier for
B
me.
tier.
S tier
B
for me.
tier.
So A plus. So
This guy rounded up.
my thing on Sop is like it followed up Elden Ring, which was a huge thing to follow up. Huge. That's a massive task. And I think it did a great job. Because
No.
when you think about this year in gaming experiences, what
Team
is
Ninja literally shit on their own
okay,
game. They're
what do you think about who cares about all the other people and their objective opinion or subjective opinions? It's our subjective opinion. And think about it this way. This year, when you talk about the games we've played and the experiences and all that, when you like think about best games, most memorable, I'm thinking Monster Hunter first, then Elden Ring, then Mortal Kombat / Injustice, then Final Fantasy, like in that order. And
I mean,
I
I would probably say the same, but like that's not how I would rank them in the tier list.
well, but the point is my experience with them has been very good, just like these other four or these other three, because even though yeah, it doesn't have the best dialogue or story or
Us
whatever
fights
whatever
or
else,
leveling system
I
or
think the multiplayer was great. It was so seamless to get people in. I
if
think
Elden Ring had multiplayer, this game would literally be pointless.
if okay, but if I think the multiplayer was good, and it made the game. I think that the boss fights and the mechanics of fighting were actually very good. I think like they were quick reaction. You definitely had to like find out the boss's weakness. You think about Great Malboro fight and some of those great fights, like they
Yeah,
were
the Chimera fight where it's a 50-50 on whether you insta die. I love that.
exactly. That's
Love that mechanic, dude.
exactly some of those bullshit mechanics got to be in there. They got to humble you. So I think that like you can't lie. Like there were some boss fights where I remember we spent 4 hours straight, and then when we finally beat it, it was like, oh my god, like
It was literally
we
just
had
that hairy testicle, though.
but
Was
it
it not?
there was like 3 or 4 where we had to keep upping our games. We had to learn new combo, use this variation, or take turns doing this, and or holding it versus like
What
doing
other
quick hits.
ones are you thinking of?
There was Great
Tiamat,
Malboro. There was Great
Tiamat,
Malboro.
and Great Malboro, maybe.
There was the guy at the there was the Darkness Manifest final boss that we couldn't do together, but you had to adapt to. There was
Yeah.
uh the Chimera,
No.
that thing that flopped down, and we used the
Oh my
Pugilist against
God,
him.
Chimera was. I mean, the Pugilist came in big for that fight, but when we got to the fucking part where it's a 50-50 insta kill, holy shit, I was so done with that fight.
There was also the Dragon King, how he had we basically had to beat the fuck out of him to get him to stop doing the ultimate move that killed the entire room. Um, and he was a good boss fight. So and the boss fight, the second to last boss fight, I think he was super. Remember he was the only boss that we couldn't play on hard or whatever. We had to tone it down. So I think boss fight
Was that the elf dude who
Yeah.
turned into that big thing? Yeah.
His name starts with an A.
Well, we probably could have done it on hard, but like we were like, why don't we just
Yeah.
turn it down and
To me, it was a fucking amazing game. I think like it was kind of cheesy at points, like the opening song with Bing Crosby or whatever his name is in the field. The Cornelia plays.
chaos.
The chaos, the chaos memes when Jack punched the queen or the princess in the cutscene. Like there's some very like questionable decisions, but I think at its core the gameplay when you're playing a multiplayer and you're trying to beat a boss and adapt and just like do the mechanics of it all, I think that game was very good for that. Some of the best. So I'd say S, but I'll put it A plus. MK. Actually, Thymesia.
Yeah, let's do MK last.
Thymesia?
Thymesia.
Here's the thing. I can't judge it yet, but it's just kind of depressing. And not depressing in like the Dark Souls sense. Like I feel like Dark Souls 3 will give me that, but it's just a different kind of depressing. It's like a sickly depressing. Like there's just not anything in there. There's not life in there.
I mean, it reminds me of Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3, and it's like, why am I not playing Dark Souls 3 right now?
Yeah. Like it's got the formula. That's the thing. It can't be a bad game because it has the formula that I am in love with right now, which is hard game, boss fight spectacles. Like that's what I want. And it's got that formula, but it's the whole foggy, sickly, plaguey setting. The I don't know. It just doesn't seem as grand either. Like it's not on the same scale or production, but I still think it's a decent game. I think the parry mechanics and like all that gameplay is just a fun thing to get used to. Like you could tell against the first boss, whatever his name is, that we were really getting like better and better against him. So
yeah,
you could see the.
I definitely got better a lot quicker, but yeah.
Yeah, none of that's important, but I would still say like an A tier game, and if I beat it, probably A plus might be a good experience.
Yeah, I'd say A tier as well. Elden Ring SS, good God, the first weekend we played this was probably one of the best weekends for video gaming.
I want you to keep going, but I also want to interrupt because I'm just looking at this list and I'm like, damn, I remember when we first made it, it was like 4 hours long, and we hadn't even finished Monster Hunter or Elden Ring, and we had so much to talk about them. And then here, because we're cramming it all in, it's like we gave Monster Hunter like 2 minute shout out, but we could really analyze the gun lance and all the weapons and just talk about that shit for like hours. But go on with Elden Ring.
The first weekend, I mean, the fact that we opened it up, like the intro where like we hadn't played any Dark Souls, and the staple of Dark Souls is like the first boss is impossible to beat and you always get shit on. And we just walked in, got our fucking asses clapped. It was hilarious. We walked outside of the
false. We didn't even go to that boss because we didn't understand what that stage would look like. We thought the Tree Sentinel was the boss.
No. I'm talking about the very first one, the spider dude when you first spawn in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
crafted Scion.
We walked in and were like, is this a boss fight? He pops out of nowhere, claps our cheeks, and like 1-2 combos us, and then.
Well, I actually died before that.
Yeah, you jumped off the fucking ledge.
Yeah, I was like, I opened the church doors and I walked up and I was like, this is the kind of game where you can jump off and it'll not fall damage and you'll touch the ground and like find a secret area.
And then I got my ass beat. And then we walked out, tried to fight the Tree Sentinel for like an hour, got our fucking asses clapped. And then we're like, all right, we need to go find better weapons. So we went to the Dragon Ruins, the Dragonburn Ruins, got teleported to fucking Caelid. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? This is amazing. And we were like, look how big this map is. It's going so long. And then we had to make our way back and we fought the the wolf dude in the cave, got our asses beat by him for like an hour. And then we finally made it to where the giant was, got our asses beat by him for like an hour. And then we made it to Market, and that was literally like fucking 2 hours of just ass clap after ass clap after ass clap. He was just beating our fucking cheeks over and over and over again, and he was so cool, and his combos were so in depth. And then we made it to, we spent like,
well, there's not too much Wii in here because we played separately, but it was some similar experiences. Like, we definitely faced the tree sentinel and tried to beat his ass, but like I definitely remember going to Caelid first, and because I didn't even go towards the tree sentinel. I think at the start, like I straight up first second I got out of Limgrave, I turned around and I like ran to the backside, so I got to the temple and like teleported, and I was stuck there forever, getting killed by doo-doo, shitbirds, and dogs. Like I just couldn't get out, but I thought it was hilarious. And then I think we both went to try
Wolfman.
the Wolf Beastman Far Mazla. Guy clapped our cheeks for a hot half hour or hour, whatever it was, and then we went up to Margit. And then I think like you got off that night. Like, did you finish him that night?
Yeah, I beat him that night, and I beat him, and then I got off, and I was like, all right, I'll leave you to it, man.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to say, I think we didn't face him together. Because I struggled on him for probably like 3 or 4 hours.
I beat him in like an hour and a half.
But see, my issue too, that same night, or like the next night, I remember we explored the wilderness area. Like, we went south, and we found Castle Morn, and we found like the Archer Giant.
That was sick.
And we've like basically just kept we went past Limgrave and saw all that there was to explore, and we kept finding new shit. And then
even the castle took like 2 hours just to get to Godric.
I had to fight the tree, what's his name? The fat tree.
the what is it called? The something tree spirit?
Yeah, well, anyways, those guys that are repeat tree bosses.
Your vibes were at an like, all-time low after fighting
Elden
the
Ring
tree
brings
spirit.
brings out the most extreme emotions you'll ever have in your life, where like 1 minute you are wanting to break the controller in 1,000 pieces and punch the fuck out of your hand, and then the next you finally beat him, and it's like the most euphoric feeling ever. It's just super big ranges of emotion. And that first weekend, I remember I pretty much stayed up like 60 hours straight. I think I took a 3 or 4 hour kind of nap in the middle of the day, Saturday, but
yeah,
that was one of that was like a top 3 gaming experience of all time that weekend. Yep. And so I'd probably put it as my number 1 game. Like, going back to it now, it doesn't have the same charm, especially that like we can't add in a bunch of the mods we want. But I still think playing together has been a lot of fun, and we still have to beat the game, as well as there's DLC content.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw MK11 in S tier.
Swammy's game.
Oh, Swammy's?
Swammy, I'd put in S tier.
Fuck no, dude. We literally have like 2 hours total on this game.
And I have 0 hours total on Pokemon Emerald fucking.
But I have like 120 hours on that.
Okay. Since when did it become about hours, huh? When are we talking about that? Remember that argument? Remember you tried to make that argument about the hours? You're like, why do hours matter?
I mean, it's just like hours don't really matter when you're talking about like 1,000 versus 120, but like 2 hours. Yes, it's good. It has
I see what you're
nothing.
Saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a good movement, like it's probably the best movement and feeling. It's mainly just like the fun of it all, the fact that it's a fan-made game of the best anime of all time, that like something I'd want to create, someone else did. The soundtrack at the home screen, you got some of the locations like Trost, and you get to fly around like a scout, and it actually is super fluid, and you can like do all that shit.
I'd throw it in like A.
I'd throw it in A+.
All right, MK11. I'm gonna throw it in S tier for now. once I get
God,
better
you're
at
such a
it,
pussy. You're a pussy,
once
Aiden. You're a pussy. You did this with Monster Hunter 2.
listen. I think it's probably going to end up as in SS, but right now, where it sits right now, I need to get better, and once I get better, it's going to be in SS. But right now, it's at S for me.
For me, it's SS already. Because here's the thing, like, I really want to put Injustice 2 in SS. But I've really found my style of game, and MK11, it's like, there's something about the flow of it. The flawless blocking, the micro plays, the down one, down three, the throws. There's just, the gameplay just meshes well with
K11
me.
is just so much more mind games than Injustice is.
Yeah.
Injustice is like a bunch of combos and just getting it started.
Yeah, Injustice is like meter burn this to do a brain dead combo, or basically just block or projectile until you can get a combo, and then you can just do it. Like you once you get your combo started in that game, you keep it going. But I don't know what I like about MK11 is it's tight. Like you can definitely control the game, but there's everything has risk and reward to it, and I don't know. It's just so addicting. I don't know how to explain the addictiveness of it. It's just like I can't. One game becomes two games becomes three. If I lose, I gotta play until I win. Like,
And then if you and me are playing, it's literally 63 games in one day.
yeah, it's a lot of games. It's like,
You
oh,
realize that all the games that we had when we looked at my stats were just from one single day.
huh. So you went 4 and 60 in a single day.
3 and 60, but
Oh, my bad.
yeah, you're bad, you fucking bitch.
Yeah. Anyways, it's so addicting. It's like when I first got into Injustice 2. But I think what makes this, there's something raw about the gameplay, and it's the mind games and the 50-50s that you talked about, where, like, in Injustice 2, I could play Deadshot and kind of never really think in the game. Like, I could just spam projectiles and then every now and then do a forward 1-2 and be good. Whereas in this game, it's like everything's so close together that you really have to be in the zone. Like, you can't just brainlessly play the game. And especially against 50-50 characters and all, you just are always testing yourself and getting better. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, God, it has so much potential right now. Like, we could be. God, I just want to play right now. That's my thoughts on it. I'm just like thinking about the game, and I'm just like, God, I wish I was fucking playing it.
Yeah, I think I already have probably 60 hours on it, and we got it, 2 weeks ago? But
Do we? Here, I can check how many hours I have on it.
all I know is that the first week we got it, it was the 90% off, and we played it
I
Friday,
have
Saturday.
93 hours on it, but I also left my game open overnight, so probably 60.
So 33 hours overnight.
Well, I also had it before you.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, when we got it that first weekend, like, we played it Friday night, watched tournaments, played it Saturday night, watched tournaments, and I remember, like, it fucked up my sleep schedule because I'd stayed up till 5 or 6 in the morning playing it and watching fighting tournaments, and that's all I did was play Mortal Kombat or Injustice and watch highlights or Evo, and I don't know, like, fighting games have always been a part of my stuff, but they've never truly been present. Just like COD has always been that for me, COD and Halo, and then the RPG stuff with Monster Hunter completely took me by surprise. Well, Elden Ring took me by surprise with that genre, and then now I'm in this new one of, not new one, but now I'm rediscovering it with MK11 because I had Injustice 2 in college, I had Injustice in high school, the app in middle school, and then, like, and everything else. It's so addicting. It's the emotions to it. Like, you're really, it's like a chess
The
match.
emotions are always so fucking high.
Because it's like you're disappointed. You know exactly how you made a mistake, or you're getting your shit mixed up and you just can't get a break and you can't read them. and it becomes uncontrollable, or you're doing it to them and you feel like a god and like you're just destroying them in every single way. It just goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if I were to like look at this tier list, I mean, it's decent. It's decent. I think looking at this, I wish there was more games, honestly, but definitely Elden Ring, Monster Hunter are like top two. And I don't know, that could be recency bias, but based on how they made me feel and the wave of gaming they brought on, they deserve to be there. So, yeah, that's the list.
What a
The definitive list.
definitive